In the shadowy annals of financial history lies a tale that's as American as apple pie, yet shrouded in mystery and intrigue. This is the story of Lincoln's Greenbacks, a unique currency that played a pivotal role in the Civil War and may have even contributed to the death of a president. The year was 1862. The United States was embroiled in a brutal civil war, with the Union and Confederacy locked in a bitter struggle for power and ideological supremacy. The war effort was costly, and traditional funding methods were proving insufficient. To meet the staggering demand for funds, President Abraham Lincoln turned to an unprecedented solution, the creation of a new currency called Greenbacks. Greenbacks were United States notes, issued directly by the U.S. Treasury, and backed only by the credit of the government. They were not redeemable in gold or silver, unlike other forms of currency at the time. This made them both revolutionary and controversial, as they represented a significant departure from established financial norms. At first, greenbacks served their purpose admirably. They allowed the Union to continue financing its war effort, providing critical funds that might have otherwise been unavailable. However, this newfound financial freedom came at a cost. Greenbacks quickly became a source of contention, both within the government and among the general public. As the war dragged on, tensions surrounding greenbacks grew. Some saw them as a necessary evil, while others viewed them as an affront to established economic principles. The debate over greenbacks would ultimately reach the highest levels of government, sparking heated debates and political maneuverings that would leave a lasting impact on the nation's financial landscape. Yet, beyond their role in funding the Civil War, greenbacks would become entangled in a far more sinister conspiracy, one that casts a long shadow over the legacy of President Lincoln himself. For as we shall see, the story of Lincoln's greenbacks is not just a tale of financial innovation and wartime necessity, it is also a tale of intrigue, power, and betrayal that would ultimately change the course of American history. Join us on this episode of The Money Trail, as we delve into the murky world of Lincoln's greenbacks, the currency that got a president killed. As the 1860s dawned, the United States found itself mired in a financial crisis. The Panic of 1857 had left banks folding, businesses bankrupt, and unemployment soaring. But when the shot rang out at Fort Sumter on April 12, 1861, marking the beginning of the Civil War, this economic quagmire would deepen still further. The war effort demanded vast sums of money. The government turned to its traditional source of funding, borrowing from banks. However, these institutions, still reeling from the panic, could not meet the demand. Desperate for a solution, President Abraham Lincoln and his Secretary of the Treasury, Salmon P. Chase, looked elsewhere, entered the greenbacks. On February 25, 1862, Lincoln signed the Legal Tender Act into law, authorizing the printing of some $150 million in paper money not backed by gold or silver reserves. This was a radical step. Never before had the federal government issued unsecured currency on such a scale. Yet necessity bred invention, and the greenbacks served their purpose, financing 40% of the Union's war expenditure. But this financial innovation did not sit well with everyone. The gold bugs, as they were called, vehemently opposed the greenbacks, fearing inflation and devaluation of their gold holdings. Powerful banking institutions like the House of Morgan joined the fray, using their influence to discredit the greenbacks and push for a return to the gold standard. Amidst this turmoil, whispers began to circulate about disloyalty within Lincoln's own administration. Rumors suggested that Chase, once an advocate for the greenbacks, now secretly conspired with the goldbugs against the president. Whether these allegations held any truth remains a matter of debate among historians. What is clear, however, is that the controversy surrounding Lincoln's greenbacks set the stage for one of the most contentious periods in American finance.